How's it going, guys? Shape here, and welcome to the channel. This video is going to go over some interesting information I have put together in my theory crafting for the relics of the past. I believe there is huge gold making potential with these vendor shuffles, and the quicker you guys jump on it, the more profit you can potentially make. I have covered this topic as soon as it was discovered in the PTR and beta, and a lot of you wanted to know more about it in terms of what items to craft, what materials to stockpile, so on and so forth. Well, I heard you guys, so I decided to really take this thing to the next level, and I hope you guys are ready for some theory crafting. In one of the more recent updates to the beta and PTR, the tuxedo jacket vendor price of around 34,000 gold was fixed, and every other vendor price was left alone for the most part. The item level is also reduced from 100 to 87 with the Relic 5. These changes all suggest that the vendor shuffle is intended and is going to hit live servers this way. Now, we still have a few weeks before the pre-patch probably, but this is exciting news because, like I said, I have really invested quite a lot of time and gold into this being a thing. Before we get too excited, this could still change and crush our dreams, but that's the whole point of theory crafting. Just to give you guys some perspective, I was able to get a lot of the materials for very cheap because I started stockpiling as soon as the vendor shuffle was discovered. Right now I'm sitting on a little over 200,000 of the raw materials to create the relics of the past, so I'm just not telling you guys to do this, I'm all in as well. I was able to scoop up Tempest Hide, Rune Cloth, Deep Sea Satin, and Netherweave Cloth for around 50 silver or so. Those are the materials I'm going to use to craft my relics of the past, but with everyone knowing about this method, I wanted to go over current prices and what to be on the lookout for. I also wanted to go over what items are going to be the most profitable for you guys to craft and how much time per item it is going to take you, since I haven't covered this aspect yet. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to cover the tailoring items since I have maxed out tailoring on every expansion so I could test out this theory. I will be covering leatherworking and blacksmithing in the future, and they will be linked once they are available. I thought if I included them all in one video then it would be very long, and I also have to finish up on those professions to have every expansion leveled. For those of you unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, I'm going to give you a high-level description. Here are all the items that are used to create the relics of the past, broken down by expansion. As you can see, I'm listing the material needed, the current cost of the material on my server, the cost of the item before the announcement was made about the relics, and how much a Relic 5 would cost to craft on my server. The current cost was just updated when I was creating this video, so it will be pretty accurate as to what the cost right now is on my server at the release of this video. As we can see, the cheapest material to buy currently is Netherweave Cloth at 1 gold each. That means to create a Relic of the Past 5 with Netherweave Cloth, it would cost 7 gold to craft it. You guys can plug and chug these numbers based off the price on your server to see if it differs any. A rule of thumb for these relics is I wouldn't invest more than 1 gold per piece of material right now until we have confirmed these are live with the pre-patch. Once the pre-patch hits, these will change based on how much of a profit you want to make. If you guys can get them at a cheap price, then I would suggest you start to stockpile as many as you can before the price goes up even more. I think if it does hit live servers, the material prices are going to skyrocket. There has been a steady trend up in a lot of these material prices as well if we look at what they started at, but don't worry, if you haven't started yet, there is still time. Now, enough about what the relics of the past are and why you would want to stockpile them. I now wanted to share with you guys more of the results I was able to find and which tailoring items were the most profitable to craft based on the materials. I know that different materials cost different things on every server, so this is going to be server dependent and why I wanted to include all of the items. For linen, the best item to craft is going to be the brown linen pants. These require the cheapest amount of materials in order to craft for all the linen recipes. They need 2 bolts of linen cloth and 1 coarse thread that puts a total cost on my server at 5 gold and 44 silver. The vendor price is a little over 50 gold, which means minus the cost of the relic you will profit a little over 45 gold per item. The craft time is 1.5 seconds per craft and 2 seconds craft time for the relic, which totals out to 3.5 seconds per item. The relic cast time used to be 10 seconds for a Relic 5, so this is an extremely good improvement. I chose to exclude the cost of the relic because they are going to differ for everyone, because if you started stockpiling at the very beginning versus now, your relic cost would be much cheaper, so if you want to just add that in as a relic cost into your total profits, but in the end the result will be the same since it will drop the profit by the same amount on each of these items. For the rest of these, I'm just going to go over the item itself and the cost of it since I think you guys get the gist on how the calculations were done. The best item to craft for wool is going to be the green woolen vest. The overall profit is a little over 39 gold, but instead it takes 4 seconds to craft. The best item to craft for silk is going to be the azure silk pants. The overall profit is a little over 32 gold, and the craft time is almost double the last item we went over. This is going to be very important to know so you can maximize your time and efforts for the most profit in the end. The next item is the frostweave pants, which require rune cloth to make. This is a very interesting item because it actually straight up vendors for a little over 49 gold to the vendor without a relic being inserted. This will end up saving you the cost of the relic, but on my server I would actually lose profit on this since the cost of the rune cloth is so high. If rune cloth is cheap on your server, this could make you profit in the end since you don't have to worry with the relic. The best item to craft for mage weave is going to be the black mage weave leggings. This is the third most profitable item on the list on our server and will net you around 35 gold per item. The craft time here started to go back down as well, so it only take you 5.5 seconds per item. With the introduction of netherweave to the relics of the past materials list recently, this has really shot up the price and it continues to go up. I sent out a message to my community about this when it happened, so hopefully you guys took advantage of it. It went back down to 1 gold per right now on my server, but I expect that will go right back up when people notice how cheap it is. This is another item I snagged immediately and bought out the entire auction house for only 47 silver each. With that said, the best item to craft is the netherweave pants, and it will profit you a little under 20 gold per item, which will take 5.5 seconds to make. For frostweave, you're going to want to make the frostweave robe to be the most profitable, but you will only profit a little over 3 gold on my server since the vendor price for any of the frostweave items is only 20 some gold. Same thing goes for ember silk. Even crafting the lowest material cost item, which is the death silk leggings, I actually will get a negative profit on my server. The best item to craft for wind wool is going to be any of the following dreadful pieces. They all cost the same amount of materials and vendor for the same price right now. The profit on my server per item was a little under 30 gold. It does have a really fast craft time of only 4 seconds, so keep that in mind. The silkweave pantaloons continue to be the best item to craft using your Shadowlands silk. Make sure you have rank 3 of this or you will profit less in the end. Right now the item vendors for a little over 61 gold and will net you a profit of about 25 gold per item. Last but not least, the best items for your tide spray linen is going to be the tide spray linen robe. You can vendor this item for 51 gold and profit almost 17 gold per item. That means the most profitable item on our list right now we can craft on my server is the brown linen pants. This is where you guys would have to plug and chug these numbers based on the prices on your server to get the most profitable item for you. I will add this Google Sheet to my Discord server for you guys to use and make a copy of. If you only change the current cloth cost column with your server's price, the sheet should automatically update for your profit. I plan on really diving into blacksmithing and leatherworking over the next couple of days, and I hope to have those best items to craft for those professions up for you guys soon. Well, there you have it guys, a little theory crafting to get you guys excited for this potential gold making method coming pre-patch. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video to show some love for the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.